Hi, you guys. We're back 2 years later.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has. It was not intentional, but at the same time, life was lifing. So we're here.
Yeah. I think our last video was about.
My ER visit after having PJ.
It was probably supposed to follow up with a story behind that, maybe about the recovery beyond the ER, but everything went cool, I guess.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Praise God for that.
Yeah.
That was a journey.
Yeah. It was a journey, but it's been a long time since then. Even since that video itself, it was, like she said, 2 years ago. Um,
You like my Hello Handsome cut?
man, that might be mine, I guess. But yeah, I mean, even with the last video being 2 years ago, here we are now. It's a lot of stuff that's kind of happened in between there. Nothing too crazy, just life,
Work,
work,
some stress.
yeah,
A lot
raising,
of happy days though.
yeah, raising the kid. Any adult I think will be able to relate with just increasing responsibility, whether it be at work or at home, as a husband, as a wife, as a kingdom person, somebody who's following God. So
Yeah.
it's a lot, but that sounds like a bunch of complaints. It's not. It's just
It's not. Ultimately, we just didn't set out time to. Oh, you want a hug? Didn't set out time to make our videos.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, I think we kind
A
of
lot
got
of long days from work. For
yeah
me, especially.
yeah we kind of just got blindsided by just life. So here we are. Here our position now, our thoughts now is to try to be more consistent with this and put something together, at least a time or two a month to start, and maybe if we gain some traction within ourselves, then we'll see
Yeah, it's
which
not
way
us.
it goes.
Everybody else is like, where's the videos? Like, what's going on? We're back.
Yeah.
Okay. I promise to be more consistent. Honestly, it is a little difficult because we have a 3-year-old and you're like trying to set up the grandparents and wow.
That's my keys.
So literally, your car situation happened within that last few years.
That's a trip.
That was his keys. That's what reminded me. Tell the people what happened.
My car missing?
Oh yes. Yeah. I think that was probably like the furthest thing out that happened.
What you mean?
Like, what am I trying to say? That happened like a while ago.
Yeah, that was 2023 October. So
yeah,
that's
we're in 2025, so it sounds like it was so long ago.
A little over a year ago. I mean, a little over a year ago.
What happened?
Shoot, man, regular old day. Everything was everything. PJ was at the time just about to turn 2. So he was getting a little big. The car I had before was starting to get a little small as he was getting a little bigger. So, but we was gonna roll with it for as long as possible. I went golfing on a Friday. I have every other Friday off, so that Friday I went golfing. I also went to go get some water for the house. Like we got these big 5 gallon jugs, and for whatever reason, one spilled in the trunk. I mean, spilled 5 gallons of water in the trunk. So I had to take everything out of the trunk.
Yeah.
I had to vacuum the water out and kind of leave it open for a little bit during the day while I was still supervising the car. So went to golf in that car, drove it up there, golfed with my dad that day, it's a regular old day. Came back and parked it. And so nothing's in the trunk. I took everything out the trunk because the trunk was wet. Locked the car as normal. Parked it where around about where I always park it at. The next day we was planning to go to the mall just to go get out, as a family.
So can I jump in?
Yeah.
I was walking around to our parking garage and he was chasing PJ in front of where I was walking, but on the outside of the gate. And he's running back and forth. And he's like, "Have you seen my car?" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, she specifically said, "Paul, stop playing." I'm like, no. I'm dead serious. Like, you had to move my
Like,
car.
where
So I park it, right. We can see off our balcony out here, like right to where I'm parking at. So it's real close. It's not like it's in the boonies somewhere,
Right.
kind of tucked off.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, went out there, car was gone, no alarm, no nothing.
Yeah.
That was a trip. So that started the process. Of course, we didn't go to the mall, so we had to do the whole insurance thing, the whole police report.
And
thing.
we never of course, here's my knee. I don't know why I do this. I have a habit of putting my knee right.
Knee trying to get famous.
Boom. There was at no point where we like, oh my gosh, where we going? It was really like, is this really happening right now?
Yeah, really blown away. Like, you hear about it on the news.
That's so random.
You might know somebody who got their car stolen, maybe.
And he never leaves anything in his car.
Yeah, I never leave
nothing. He taught me that. Like, don't leave his stuff in your car. I'm like,
yeah,
okay. So, yeah.
Don't.
But I think the type of car that you had was probably what drew
attention to it. It's a popular car, especially among like younger folks. So I didn't know that really until after I got it. I just liked the car for what it was, and
yeah. You did the police report.
Yeah, did the police report thing. They sent the cop out or somebody, whatever. Did that and reported it to the insurance company. So long story short, I got a rental. Then it was a Charger, 20, whatever the year was, 2022, 2023.
The rental was.
The rental, yeah. It was a rental. And so I had I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks with the car, something like that. And it didn't, we drove it off the lot just to come get home and figure out like the bumper was hanging off or something was damaged on the bumper. Took it right back because I don't want to play those games.
Yeah.
And then they changed it out for a Kia K5. Absolutely hated that car.
He complained all the time. It was not that bad.
It was a terrible car. It felt like a toy, like a go-kart or something.
I was like, well, you don't have a car right now.
It didn't feel like, especially what I had was it was a little bit more like sporty. This one felt like not even a real car. And everybody was saying, man, you just saying that because, your car, you don't like no cars right now. Like, I hear that. But I'm a little more rational than that. That car was just
weak. I think, to be fair, like, to you, when we were looking for your specific car, like, not a lot of people had the red Sport.
Yeah.
So it was like trying to find it. We finally found it for a reasonable price.
And we found it right before, like the day before PJ was born, really hours before he was born.
Oh, that was
we didn't find it, but we finalized the
I think
deal.
we told him that I was having contractions at the dealership and all this other stuff.
I think we did,
yeah. So he was in this K5 complaining the whole time.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, if we find your car, you can have it back. But I kind of felt like after somebody stole your car, like, you feel violated. Like, I don't want that. That's not my car anymore. Because you don't know what people have done with a car. They had my baby's car seat in the car too. I said, oh no.
Yeah, like a doll or not a doll. But
his little his soccer ball, wasn't it a soccer ball?
Yeah.
I was so mad. I was more mad at them taking I feel like they took my baby's car. His little car seat and his toys. I'm like, no, you could have at least left that on the side. I mean, I probably still would have tossed it. But don't take my baby stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, aside from that, it was nothing in there, but we did get reimbursed for a car seat. We got
they never found the car.
Never found it. They gave it a week to be found, or if not, it was going to be considered a total loss.
Which was good.
So it was a total loss. So they cashed me out for the car, paid off the loan, had a little money left over, and went toward putting down toward my next car. And I feel like the whole process was like, I don't know. I mean, God works in mysterious ways, and I feel like it was a revelation or a moment of recognition for us because we kind of recognize like we've been on the faith journey and really trying to tap in with God and follow. And every season of life, every couple years, every year or so, like we can look back and see how far we've come.
Yeah.
and then another year goes by, and we still look back how far we come. Like we continue to grow so much, and it's like at that point in time, we like she said, we were never really like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? It was more so like my first thought, honestly, was like, God, what you up to here? Because like I ain't never seen this happen to nobody. I've never known anybody personally like, man,
Who's had their car stolen?
they stole my car.
Really?
Now
That's
people
crazy.
got to get their cars broken into, windows broken or whatever. That just happens, especially when people get desperate, in the world and stuff like that. And that's what that is. But I feel like our collective response was like kind of like, hey God, what you got for us? And,
right. So I was excited because I was like, what's next? Yeah. Right. Whenever there's a setback, I'm always like, cool. Except for my whole work journey, which I don't really want to get into, but like God clearly was like, I'm in control of this. As much as you want to do what you want to do, it's not going to work.
No.
But so now it's like I can appreciate when things happen to sit back and be like, all right, Jesus, do you? And I'm excited to see what you got, because it always turns out better than what we could ever imagine.
Yeah. So I think I had that car for maybe 2 weeks or something like that, and it was coming up, the K5, the rental.
Right.
So it was coming up like on the last couple of days. The insurance folks had to handle all their business, all that stuff. So I got the direct deposit or whatever it was, and so then we pretty much had been during that time been shopping around for a car, and the idea was to get something bigger, because again, like I was saying, the car I had, it was an Infiniti Q50 Red Sport. It was a nice looking car, clean car. It was all black, and thankfully, what I owed less than the car was worth. So I got to a point. So as we were shopping around, looking for cars, we wanted to upgrade. One of my buddies at work, he mentioned to me getting the Dodge Durango. This was probably like months before that, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to get a Durango. I've never, even really looked into it too much, but then I kind of put it on my mind to kind of look into it a little bit, because
I was like, they are so ugly.
Yeah.
See, let me tell you something. I was like, they're terrible. And then it's funny because I find all his cars. Like, he tells me what he wants, and I'm like, okay, see, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So I'm always like, what do you want? Cool. But don't ask me about food, because I don't know. But what do you want? What kind of car? What do you want in it? What do you want? It has to have this. He's very particular about everything. Has to have this. Has to have that. I'm like, okay.
I got certain criteria.
If it doesn't have this, could we kind of go this way? And he was just like, we'll see. So I was like,
yeah. For me in the car, it's like, number one, you gotta have leather seats. I feel like today that's like normal, right?
okay.
I mean, 'cause, even the economy, quote unquote, cars they have a luxury.
If you're a car person, yes, I understand.
But a luxury, leather seats, leather interior.
Yeah.
I like to have a navigation system, even though I really don't use it other than for just putting the picture up there and seeing what streets I'm on at the time.
He is good about that. He will pull up the streets and be like, okay, so this good.
I want to have a sunroof or a moon, whichever one opens, sunroof or moonroof. I believe it's a sunroof. So I like the one to have that open, and an absolute non-negotiable is premium audio, whether that's Bose or Dre Beats or Harman Kardon, whoever is the partner of the speaker system of the car. I take that, but if it's not premium, I don't want it, because I really enjoy listening to music in the car while I'm rolling.
Okay.
But long story short, we end up looking through some Durangos, and we found one
that had been up for like 2 days.
Yeah, they hadn't even turned it over yet, like refurbished it and all that kind of stuff. The tires were still old, the car was still dirty.
Yeah, we pulled up and the guy was like, it hasn't even been on there for a week yet, and you guys are here.
Yeah, because they posted it, and I looked at it. The miles was low.
Yeah. It was loud. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it was randomly loud, yeah.
We're used to it now. But I was like, this is loud. It was on sport mode. The guy was like, yeah.
Yeah. It was an older guy. He was like, man, that's too fast for me.
He was like,
it's not even, it just sounds fast. It's not as fast as it sounds, but it's kind of quick.
We were sitting there, y'all. They came and tried to give us a 10% interest rate.
Yeah, they get the plan. We can talk about that on another video, because that's a story in itself. But they just try to play the game, and you just got to play it with them. But yeah, so we got the car. The car was cool. We enjoyed it. I mean, the process of getting to it. We went up there and saw it one day, came back, did the whole.
It was like a matter of 3 days.
Yeah, did the whole.
Because your credit union was closed randomly on a Monday.
Yeah.
And so we worked it out, but they were really, of course, trying to get us to finance through them. And I'm like, we don't get down like that.
Yeah, I mean.
But present what you got.
Yeah,
so we could say no.
See what you're talking about. Just more game for us to understand and learn. But long story short, we got the deal we wanted, and came up with the car. So now I've had that car, had this Durango for a little over a year now.
Oh my God, for real?
Yeah, I got it back in that same month, October 23. Actually, the car was stolen September 2023. I got the car in October 2023.
Okay.
So a couple weeks later. So, yeah. So what is this? January 25. So yeah, about just as long ago. Well, yeah, about a little over a year.
And it's been good. I feel like it suits you better. It looks like, people look like their car. I don't look like my car. Like I feel like that car looks like it's very fitting for you. What?
She's saying I look like a Dodge Durango.
No, I'm saying, how you can see a car and you can see the person driving it and you're like, okay, that is fitting. My mom's car is fitting for her.
It's funny. She says that I've gotten. Yeah, I would say so. Mm-hmm. Especially when she got
Karen's car is fitting for him.
Blinged out. Yeah, I can see that.
My car is not fitting for me.
No, not yet. Not yet. But I think a few other people have told me the same thing. Like, oh, this car fits you or whatever.
It's loud. It looks good. The rims look good. It's tinted. It just looks good.
So yeah, that happened about a year ago. A little bit over a year ago. So that's something that happened in there. That's really like one of the main things. Other than that,
for sure. One of the more recent things is we had the flu.
Oh yeah, I was just last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough.
Okay, so it started with PJ, and then he was home with him. So then he got it. And I was like, he's like, how do you feel? I feel fine. I am okay. And then I was sitting at my desk one day and I was like, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to my coworker. I've had COVID and I've had the flu. I still think COVID was a lot worse than the flu. In the sense of with COVID, I couldn't breathe. It was a shortness of breath. And I have asthma. So I'm used to, you know what I mean? Like the shortness of breath, but like this is on a whole other level. And the body aches. Whole different level. Like I had body aches with the flu. COVID's body aches. I was like, I'm laying in the bed. I don't even want to open my eyes. I'm struggling right now. Mm-hmm. The flu. I was up making oatmeal. It was the day that we were all down, but oatmeal, whatever, trying to eat whatever, just to survive.
I couldn't do it. Yeah, I was beat. I was whooped.
We all had the same thing.
Yeah, I was whooped. I couldn't. I didn't even feel sick as much as anything. I didn't like body aches. I was just.
I just feel like I need to eat. I said, okay, you want to make you some oatmeal? Yes. And then I'm in there making this oatmeal. Can you make me some tea? We all have the flu.
But she just got done saying how good she was doing. We
had the same thing. It doesn't matter. I felt terrible too. But at the same time, I was like, okay, I have to eat. And this one was like, can you make me some tea, dude? And then it was the next day you were laying in the bed and you were like, oh, I feel so bad. You guys are so loud right now. I just don't feel good. And I said, excuse me, you said, can I get some love? I said, we are in the same boat. You said, are we? I said, yes.
But that's what I'm saying. I clearly felt the worst. I had the worst end of it. And all I was asking for was y'all not to be screaming because my head.
We were not screaming.
Maybe you weren't screaming, but PJ was screaming. But the problem is I'm asking just for y'all to just be quiet because everybody knows when you have a headache or a migraine or whatever it is, bright light and loud noise hurt that.
But here's the thing.
So
and then he was like,
all I'm asking for is that we in the same boat. She just got done talking about how well she was doing. And I'm
I still felt bad because we had to eat. Like I felt just got done flexing. Terrible. But I was pushing through, and he was in the bed like, Please help.
I felt that.
Come on, right? So then, you're like, we're in the same. I said, we're in the same. You're like, are we? I said, yes. You were like, it's fine, it's fine. And then I realized, like, we are all not feeling good, so we just need to extend grace all around.
She didn't tell me that part though.
I didn't, but I was like, I'm gonna hold it because you were like, you turned back over. I was like, ugh. And I was like, okay, we still love each other though. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that pretty much.
That was last week. I mean, over.
I think, yeah. For me, I think a big chunk of why we weren't making the videos. First of all, I don't think we've ever been really consistent with videos like we're about to be.
Ultimately.
But work was really, really, really stressful. It was a learning journey with work. Like new management, just work being trash. Some of the, let me be careful with my words because Jesus is watching. But I learned patience. I learned how to sometimes just go with the flow because it's already being worked out, right? Like not to stress so much, not to put so much into things. Everything doesn't matter. And what he told me, everything can't matter and everything can't not matter, right? So like learning myself and being patient and trusting God and also being appreciative of the journey. What's wrong?
Yes. Like Lent or something.
Being appreciative of the journey is something that I learned in 2024. And I'm going to take that into 2025 and just chill, and whatever looks crazy is fine because it's already being worked out, So mentally, I'm in a much better place. I think we're in a good place. We always in a good place. But yeah. So anyways, we're back.
I think the biggest thing too is just trying to balance all of that, right? People say like work-life balance, and I don't believe in that. Like, I don't think there's a such thing. There is no balance. You're at work 5 days a week or 4 days if you're lucky.
I think there's a difference when you thoroughly enjoy what you do.
Yeah, I do too. I enjoy what I do.
Yes.
Thoroughly, but there is no balance because I'm at work more often than I'm doing anything else. Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of like, just trying to come to terms with that and finding a way to maximize, what you do have and really take your eyes off of the discrepancy and focus on things like that you can control, or maybe even trying to build your portfolio up to make some more money and be less dependent on, a 9 to 5.
That part.
But everything has been pretty cool. I think the biggest thing for me, and like I really didn't even think about making videos at all, even though it's always been in the back of our minds. But my thing is just trying to be like, what we can for each other. Like I said, with such a stress and strain on our time when we get home 6 o'clock.
Don't want to do anything. I'm thinking about dinner. He knows I'll come in, I won't even take my jacket off. I get straight in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. I make our food if he's not making our food for that night, but I'm off earlier than he is. So makes no sense. I got a crock pot for Christmas. I'm super excited about. We're gonna have a bunch of crock pot meals. That way when I walk in, all I have to do is make rice or whatever. Super quick to go with it. But trying to not be exhausted at the end of the day.
That's kind of just what it is. I think navigating within that, like I was saying, it was just like we have such a stress and strain on our time. And it's funny, like every season of life that we're in prior to this, we always complained about time no matter what. So I recognize it. I recognize the same problem, and I refuse to have the same outlook on it, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Before we even had kids, we was just living in a house by ourselves, or with nothing to do with what we wanted to do. And
no responsibilities.
And we still didn't have enough time, right? And and the reality is still there's no balance in terms of work life, in the sense of time. But then we have a kid and we recognize like, man, we had all the time in the world.
100%.
So it's just it's perspective now. Yeah. Now, PJ is getting so much older.
Put your shoes on, let's go.
3 years
We're in
old.
that phase, and I'm loving it.
He can help us out. He's still trying to getting to a point to where he can rationalize things and this for that, and if you do this, but he's doing good. He's just
Such a
growing.
good kid. Oh,
He's
man.
a happy-go-lucky kid from the moment he came out to now. So that's the biggest challenge for me, and it takes up all my time. Is trying to make sure we give him time, give each other time, and then doing the things that we need to do. We got to get in the shower. We got to eat. Everybody knows this. This is not like
And spend time. Like, quality time is so important with us. When we don't get our quality time, we be kind of off. Like, we got to connect, right? And I'm not talking about like intimacy, but like, let's just sit down and talk about your day. I guess that is considered intimacy. But like, with kid go to sleep, what are we doing? And he's always been about that. And I was like, kid asleep, I'm going to sleep too. It's like, no.
Yes.
Let's figure out, let's have a simple conversation. Let's plan. Let's get ahead of whatever. You know what I mean? Let's sit down. Let's talk about our finances. Let's just be on the same page. And I think that is so important. And also with me not being in a terrible mental space because of work, that's allowed for me to be more present at home and connect and not just go through the motions of, oh, let me cook, let me take a shower, you know what I mean? It's allowed me to be like, let's do whatever. You know?
It's tough. It's hard for us to keep that up. I would like to say as a unit, we manage our time really well, but it's only so much time to manage, and we always talk about it. I always say like something has to give. Like we can't do everything. I can't come home and cook and get in the shower and spend time with PJ and spend time with you and play the game and clean the house and plan for tomorrow, and something has to give. And so it's kind of like a constant managing, kind of like what was that old like little device that they had where you had that little like thing that you had to keep up, you had to feed it, you had to
not a chia pet, like a guy, oh gosh, what was it, Tamagotchi, and whatever it was called.
You have to keep it up, and that's kind of like what life is in a sense.
I had like two from Toy Story.
It's like 12
Toys R Us.
It's like 12 or 15 different things that you got to balance. And so like, okay, you put the food all the way up, that's going to happen every night. That needs to be met every night. But playing the video game don't have to be met every night. Getting the shower got to be met every night. Cleaning up don't have to be met every night, but it feels better when you do. So it's just priorities and stuff like that,
I think with a work-life balance, with the like work-life balance statement, that's going to come with you being sleepy, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to stay up and hang out. We're going to have to stay out late and do whatever.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Because you're going to be tired. How many times are you sitting at your desk and you're like, I'm tired?
Yeah,
At least you had fun the night before. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're going to be tired regardless.
Yeah.
It's going to be, sometimes it's going to have to be late nights, but then you also got to know when you need to go to sleep too. So
correct.
That's a part of that. But I feel like all of that being said, like, it's only so much that we can do, and like we've had to turn to God, and like which we should have started there, but we all fall short of the glory of God, and the idea is to look to God and get the guidance and the support that we need, and so we've made it a point here, and we do pretty good where we read our Bible every single night.
If you falling asleep, he's like, hey.
Yeah, we gotta walk because we didn't read it because we were out late or we forgot to or we put it off. But we try to read it before we get sleep. We're at the dinner table or something like that, or we try to eat all together at the dinner table every night too.
And I don't know if this will help somebody, but like some people are like, well, where do I start reading as far as in the Bible? We'll go off of the verse of the day and then just read the full chapter.
Yeah, I mean, you read a plan. Yeah, that's cool. And
I just wanted to put that out there.
The plan to give you a verse to go along with the devotional, or verses to go along with the devotional, and then just read the whole chapter. But you always just start from Genesis and go to Revelation over time. If you can buy certain Bibles, we got ours from Amazon, and it came with like this 365-day reading plan in the back, so. They give you like a morning scripture and an evening scripture. And we normally just read the morning and evening scriptures in the evening. And this was right before PJ got here, which was perfect, and we finished it just after PJ got here.
Yeah, a year, right?
Yeah, so yeah, we kind of went into that new year though, but
yeah,
we finished it. So that kind of gives us some foundational knowledge. And I don't think either one of us thought we'd ever read through the entire Bible from front to back. So
no,
now,
I want to do it again though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I want to do it that way again, just reading from start to finish.
Yeah.
Maybe we can
Figure it out.
But I think
we'll let you guys know what we decide.
Yeah, ultimately, what we get into is just like submitting to God, like in this space, like He's put us here in this moment for a reason. These moments won't last forever, so what can we do to make the best of it?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much that, and that's a big old glob of information.
Yeah.
About where we kind of been from the last video to now.
Yeah.
We're all healthy.
Praise God for that.
PJ is growing like a bean sprout or beanstalk, whatever that's saying.
My baby's little knees, they were hurting for a little bit.
Yeah, it was about a week ago too.
He's huge. He's about the size of a 5-year-old.
He's about 6'7", 3 years old. We about to be rich.
It's a whole nother topic. Oh, I cannot wait for that video. But no, he's about the size of a 5-year-old. And he's very respectful, well-mannered. That's how you know when he's sick, because he's acting out of character.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
It's like, why are you... And I'm like, PJ, relax. Okay, mama. That's his new thing.
He's animated. He don't even watch too much TV. But
yeah.
He does watch a little bit, but he definitely is animated.
Mm-hmm. We got to get him more on, what is it, Number Blocks? John and Deja was telling us.
Yeah. Shout out to John and Deja.
Mm-hmm.
He watched a little bit, but the Netflix show, it only has so many episodes on there. The YouTube's, I said the YouTube.
The YouTube, but here it is.
Have more.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, that's been it, man.
That's it, but we are back, okay? I promise.
Yeah, what's today? Today.
Look out for Couples Ave.
Sunday.
There's a lot going on. I'm super excited about it.
I think we're going to honestly and realistically shoot for like a post.
I don't even want to say. Don't even say.
Okay.
Don't even say. Y'all will see us when y'all see us.
Well, it'll be much more regular than every 2 years.
100%. 100%. All right. Until next time, you got anything else you want to include? We miss being here. Thoroughly enjoy being here. And we appreciate y'all watching.
Yeah. Before we hang up the call.
Paul's so old.
We even though we ain't been making videos, we have been still putting together little small events, And I shouldn't even say like an event. It's really just, a gathering of folks with like minds. A bunch of couples we've had. I think it was the last one we had was her birthday last year.
Yes.
It was wonderful. We had some wonderful folks around
that was just
around the fire. And so I think, we want to, cultivate those relationships and,
we have a good time.
Give people a group to fall back on and lean back on, what I'm saying? Like community. Jinx. But yeah,
You owe me a kiss.
It's, I got you. We working right now.
Okay.
But yeah, it's community that we trying to build, and we prayed way back when. We probably talked about this before, like, man, God, align us with, some
well-rounded, God-fearing,
but people just like-minded, you know what I mean, on the same path of life that we are, trying to, be the best we can and lean on each other and all that kind of stuff.
It gets tough.
Slowly but surely,
yeah,
we met, our son's godparents at church, and then met some other friends through another group, and now that's family now. And then, come to find out, some guys I played football with in college, LU, Langston University, we close enough to still link. My boy from Arkansas, he moving all around the nation, come pop in and see us. We all in the same get down. So, we just really...
I think 2024, we did a lot of hanging out with our people.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, we did a lot of it. It's really a good time. We support each other and all that, so it's all love.
My girls.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we just trying to really be on that and build that. So
yeah,
these videos are a part of it, but it's a multifaceted effort. And we're excited for what's to come.
Yay! Me too. I'm super excited. But until next time.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Bye.
It's not working.
Oh, stop it. There